All right, multiplication by 11 again. So like I said last week, that to multiply any two-digit number by 11, please pay attention. I told you to write down the first digits and the last digits, giving the space in between, then add up the two digits together. So 2 plus 7, that's 9. So you write 9 at the middle. Okay, so you can see the answer. So which means 27 times 11 is equal to 297. It is equal to 297. Now the next one, and this will be the last one because I believe I've taught this last time. So this is just a reminder. 89 times 11. 8, 9. Then add 8 and 9 together. That will give us 17. So you write 7 at the middle, carry 1. Okay, you can't write 17 at the middle. Only write one digit at the middle. Then you carry 1 over to the left. So when you add that 1 to 8, you will have 9. So the answer is 979. Now I'm going to move higher. Welcome to class. Welcome to class. Now I'm going to move higher. Now number 3. Number 3. What if you have 429 times 11? You do the same thing. Write down the first digit. The digit on the left, that's 4. The last digit, which is 9, write it down. Give a space in between. Then begin to add. 9 plus 2. 9 plus 2 is 11. Write 1, carry 1 over. 2 plus 4. That is 6, plus 1 that was carried, that is 7. So write 7, 1 at the middle. So the answer is equal to 4,719. Okay, so let's move on again. Number 4. I actually said last one, but let's do more. 2,986 times 11. You can do all this in your head. So I am only using my pen just to show you how it is done in the head. Okay? All right. So now let's do this together. Larger number. Write down the first digits and the last digits, giving a space in between. All right. Then begin to add each digit together. So 6 plus 8 is 14. Write 4. Carry 1. Don't forget you have carried 1. 8 plus 9 is 17. 17 plus the 1 that you carried is 18. Write 8. Carry 1 again. Then 9 plus 2 is 11. 11 plus the 1 that you carried, that is 12. Write 2. Carry 1 now on 2. You know, 2 is the last digit here. Now, 1 plus 2, that will give us 3. Then you write the rest of the digits. So that will be 32,846. So that is multiplication by 11. Now let's move on to multiplication by 111. We did not do that last time. And that one is even more interesting. Multiplying by 111. The first one was multiplying by 11. The next one is multiplying by 111. Okay. Now, when multiplying by 111, you're going to write the answers down twice. Let us start with the simplest question. 24 times 111. So I want you to pay attention. 24 times 111. You're going to write the first digit and the last digit, giving a space in between. Then add the two digits together. 2 plus 4 is 6. You're going to write the number 6 at the middle twice. So that is 6, 6. So the answer is 2664. That's how to multiply. Now listen to this next one. Look at the next one. Look at the next one. Now, if you have 71 times 111, if you have 71 times 111, you write the first and the last digits down, giving a space in between. Write down the first digit and the last digit. Still give a space in between. Add the two digits together. 7 plus 1 is 8. Write it down twice. Write it down twice. So that's equal to 7,881. Look at the third example. 45 times 111. Write down the first and the last digit down, given the space in between. Now add 4 and 5 together. You're going to have 9. Write 9 down twice. So the answer is 4,995. Okay? Now look at the next one. What if you have 29 times 111? You know, there's going to be a carryover here. Write down the first digit. Write down the second digit. Now listen attentively. I want you to listen attentively to this particular one. Then add the two digits together. 2 plus 9 is 11. We are supposed to write 11 down twice. Now listen. Now, instead of you writing 11 down twice, because 11 is two digits, you're going to write 1. Carry 1 over. That is the 11. Now, you're supposed to write another 11. Add that 11 to the one that you have carried over. That is 12. Don't write 12. You write 2, carry 1. Then 1 plus 2 is 3. So the answer is 3,219. Now, this particular concept will make you a math champion. As long as you are able to do this without using your pen and your book or a calculator. I'm going to give another example for this particular one. Now, I want you to pay attention to this, please. 39 times 111. Pay attention. Now, write down the first digits and the last digits, giving a space in between. Then 3 plus 9 is 12. Write 2, carry 1. The other 2, add that down. Add that 1 to it. That is 13. Write 3, carry 1. Now, the last one you have carried, add it to this digit on the left. That will be 4. 4,329. You can go and use calculator to confirm if it is right or wrong. You will see that the answer is correct. So that is how to quickly multiply numbers like this by 111. Okay, if you're following me, type number 2 in the comment section. And if you're enjoying this class, type number 2 in the comment section. Temiloluwa, what happened? You're typing 0. You don't understand. You have to pay attention. Pay attention to the 6th example for this multiplication by 111. It's simple. It's simple, okay? Thank you for typing 0. So 0 is the code that you do not understand. All right, so now let's move to the 6th example. So I want you to pay attention, okay? Let's move to the 6th example. Now, if you have something like this, 78 times 111, write down the first and the last digits. That's the first thing you need to do, okay? Then at this point, you add up the two digits together. You know you're multiplying by 111. You're supposed to write down the addition, the sum, twice at the middle. 7 plus 8 is 15. Let me write 15 here. 15, then another 15. Okay? Now, what we need to do is for the first 15, bring down 5. Then this one, carry it over to the next 15. It will become 16. Write down 6. Carry 1 for 16. Add it up to the last one. You have 8. That's 8,658. Who has gotten it now? Temilolu, I hope you got that now. All right, thank you. Now let's move. Glory Emmanuel, what happened? I don't want us to stay too long on this. All right, so 2 more examples. By multiplying by 111, 2 more examples. I want you to practice a lot after this class. Practice it on yourself, by yourself. Do it without using a pen and a book. So now let's do this together. 100 times 111, 111. Write down 6 and 6, giving a space in between. Add the 6 together. You will have 12. Look at it. 12 written twice. 12, whatever you get as the addition, you have to write it down twice. Okay, you have to write it down twice. So because these are 2 digits, I don't want us to write them down immediately. Now, for the first 12, write down 2, carry 1, add it to this 2. That will be 3. Then the last one here, add it to 6. That will be 7. So that will be 7,326. That is 7,326, all right? So now one more example. Let me give you the simplest example again. 52 times 111, write down the first and the last digits, giving a space in between, then add up the 2 digits together. 5 plus 2 is 7, write 7 down twice. That's it. Once you have your answer, the addition of the 2 digits, you have only 1 digit, so you can write it down twice. So the answer is 5,772. Perfect. So you're going to have the replay of this class, so do not mind. I have done 8 examples here, so I'm expecting you, if you started with me from number 1 to number 8, by now you should understand. Okay, so now let's move on to another mental math strategy. That's multiplying by 22. Multiplying by 22. All these multiplying by 11, 111, and 22 are similar. Okay, they are similar. They look alike. It's just slight difference. Now look at it. Multiplying by 22. Multiplying by 22. Now let's look at the smallest example, the simplest example. 32 times 22, or let me say 34 times 22. 34 times 22. You know, 22 is a multiple of 11. So when you are about multiplying by 22, what you need to do is to double. Okay, what you need to do is to double the digit. Double the digit. Now look at the first digit is 3. Double 3, that's 3 times 2. You have 6. Write it down. Give a space in between. Double 4, that's 4 times 2. That's 8. Write it down. Okay, write it down. Then you can now add 6 and 8 together. You add 6 and 8 together, write the answer at the plus 8 is equal to 14. Write 4, carry 1 over. So that will be equal to 1 plus 6 is 7, so our answer is 748. You can try it to see if we are correct or not. You will see that the answer is correct. Please pay attention because I'm going to ask you questions. Now, number two. If you have 35 times 22, please pay attention. 35 times 22. Now, double the first digit, that is, multiply the first digit by 2, you have 6. Double the second digit, you will have 10. Now, watch me. Instead of you writing 10, you will write 0, carry 1 over. Anytime you're having two digits, just like you're doing in addition and subtraction, always carry 1 over. I hope it is clear. Now, what happens to these two digits? We have to add them together. We will have to add them together. So please pay attention, okay? So let's add them together. 6 plus 0. 6 plus 0 will give us 6. Plus 1. Plus 1, that will be 7, okay? Plus 1, that will be 7. Now, at this point, 7 will be written down, and this one will also be added to this. Let me do it again so you will understand better. Let me do it again, you will understand better. Now, this is 35 times 22. 35 times 22. Double 35 first. When you double 35, that's 35 times 2 will give you 70, right? Write down 7 and 0, giving a space in between. Then add the two numbers together. 7 plus 0 will give you 70. 7 plus 0 will give you 7, rather. So 7 will be written at the middle. Now look at another example so you can understand better. 16 times 22. Double 16. When you double 16, it means multiplying 16 by 2. You will have 32, okay? Write 3 and 2 down, giving a space in between. Then add 3 and 2 together. You will have 5, okay? You will have 5 at the middle. 5 will be written at the middle. Now look at another example. Look at another example. 51 times 22. 51 times 22. Double 51, okay? We are going to double 51. When we double 51, what are we going to have? When we double 51, type your answer in the comment section. When we double 51, what do we have? So if you double 51, we are going to have 102. Thank you. We are going to have 102. So what you do now is to write 102, but write 10 and write 2, giving a space in between 10 and 2, because when you double 5, you have 10. When you double 1, you will have 2. I hope it is clear. When you double 5, you have 10. When you double 1, you have 2. Now, the next thing you're going to do is to add up 10 to 2, okay? Add up 10 to 2. So 10 plus 2 is 12. 10 plus 2 is 12. So what will you do? Write down 2 at the middle, carry 1 over, and add it to 0. So that will be 1, 1, 2, 2. So that's 1,222. Now the next example. What if we have 72 times 22? Double 7, you will have 14. Double 2, you're going to have 4. Okay? So add 14 to 4. When you add 14 to 4, you will have 18. Write 8 at the middle, carry 1 over. So your answer will be 1. Add that 1 to 4. So you have 5, 8, 4. So 72 times 22 is equal to 1,584. It's all about doubling, okay? It's all about doubling. Now let's see another one. Make sure you're paying attention. 84 times 22. Is it double 8 or you double 8? Double 8, that will give you 16. Double 4, that will give you 8. Give a space in between. Then add 16 and 8 together. That will give you 24. Okay, that will give you 24. Write 4 at the middle, carry 2. 2 plus 6, that will be 8. So that was 1848. So 84 times 22 will give you 1,848. So it's time for me to ask you questions. I want to flip back to multiplying by 11. I'm going to flip back to multiplying by 11. Now, when I started with multiplying by 11. Write down the first and the last digits, right? Giving a space in between, like 49 times 11. Write 4, write 9. Add 4 and 9 together, you get 13. Write 3 at the middle, carry 1. So that will be 539. Now, I'm asking you a question. Type your answer in the comment section. What is 41 times 11? Type your answer in the comment section. What is 41 times 11? What is 41 times 11? Thank you. Correct. That's amazing. What is 52 times 11? I want all of you to participate and I want you to be as fast as possible. 41 times 11 is 451. You write down 4, write down 1, give a space in between, then add up the 2 digits together. You have 5. So that's 451. 52 times 11. 52 times 11. Let's go faster. Let's go faster. 52 times 11. 577. 63 times 11. 63 times 11. Okay, that's good. That's correct. That's correct. 81 times 11. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So I'm going higher now. 296 times 11. Let me see the fastest finger. 1, 2, 3, 4. Who's going to get it quickly? 296 times 11. 296 times 11. 296 times 11. 296 times 11. Let me see the first to get the answer. Amazing. Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. Let's keep it coming. Keep your answer coming. Wow. Yes. All right. So let's move to multiplying by 111. Thank you for your answers. I'm happy that you're getting it. All right, so let's move to 111. Don't forget how I taught you 111. You write the answers down twice at the middle. When you have 15 times 111, write 1, write 5, give a space in between. Then add 1 and 5 together, that will give you 6. So you write it as 66. You write 6 down twice at the middle of 1 and 5. Okay, let me use my screen again. So when I taught multiplying by 111, look at the examples. Multiplying by 111, let's say we have 61 times 111, okay? I want you to pay attention to this part. And the last digit, giving a space in between. 6 plus 1 is 7, so you write it down twice. So that's 6,771. Now it's time for you to answer the question. What is 21 times 111? 21 times 111. 21 times 111. Awesome, awesome. Yes, I'm waiting for others. Amazing. 62 times 111. 62 times 111. 62 times 111. Awesome, awesome. I'm going higher now. I'm going higher. Let me see who's going to get this first. A situation whereby you have to carry. You have to carry over. All right? 68 times 111. 68 times 111. 68 times 111. Just add it up in your head. Then carry 1 over. You know, by the time you add 6 and 8 together, you have 14. Write the first 4, carry 1 over. The second 14, add 1 to it, that's 15. Write 5, carry 1 over. Add it to 6, you have 7. So that's 7, 5, 4, 8. I've said the answer first. 68 times 111. That was my question. 68 times 111. Amazing, amazing. $91 times 111. 91 times 111. 91 times 111. 90. Wow. Robert, thank you. That was fast of you. I'm waiting for others. 91 times 111. Yes, the child with Ologbese. Thank you. Atolagbe, correct. Aika, Damilare, you are welcome. Long time. You're Churchill, you're correct. You're correct. Shodimu, you are correct. Nwolisa, you are correct. Nwolisa, how are you? It's been a long time. Welcome back to class. All right. Okay, so amazing, amazing. Thank you. So now, time for me to ask you a question based on multiplication by 22. I hope you can still remember. All you need to do is to double. All you need to do for this is to double, okay? Doubling. Let me remind you again. Let me remind you. So that will take me to example 7. That will take me to example 7. 39 times 22. Double 3, you will have 6. Double 9, you will have 18. 6 plus 18 is 24. 6 plus 18 is 24. So, how should the 24 be written? Okay, you know this one that is beside 8 stands for 10. You know, by the time you break 18, you have 10 plus 8. So this one stands for 10. So we assume it is 10. So we are going to carry 10 over. So when we added 6 to 18, we got 24. Okay? 24 plus so 6 plus 18 is 24. So what are we going to do to get our answer? So we are going to write down 4. Watch me. We are going to write down 4, carry 2 over. Carry 2 over. Okay? Now, after carrying 2 over, at the middle, we now have 4 and 1. So 4 and 1 will be added together. Then 2 that has been carried over will be added to 6. So that will be 8. 4 plus 1 is 5. Then the last digit here, which is 8. So that's 858. That is 858. Let me give you another example that is like that. For double the first 2, double the first digit, 8. Double the second digit, that's 14. Okay? So what do we do from here? 14 plus 8, that will give us 32. Write 2, carry 3. So 2 and 1 that are at the middle will be added together. Then 3 that was carried over will be added to 8. That will give us 11. Then 2 plus 1 at the middle will give us 3. Then 4. So 47 times 22 will give us 1034. 47 times 22 should give us 1034. Okay, so let's leave that concept for another day. Now back to the one that we did. Back to the ones that we did. $53 times 22. 53 times 22. Double 5, you have 10. Double 3, you have 6, okay? 10 plus 6, that's 16. Write 6 at the middle, carry 1. Then you have 1166. Okay, we have 1166. Now, another example like that. 45 times 22. Sorry. 54 times 22. Double 5, we have 10. Double 4, we have 8, okay? Then let's add both together. 10 plus 8 is 18. Write 8, carry 1. So 1 will be added to 10, you have 11. So you have 1188. So that's 1188. Now it's time for me to ask you a question. So in the comment section, give me the answer. What is 55 times 22? What is 52? Is 52 times 122? 52 times 22. What is 52 times 22? 52 times 22. Type your answers in the comment section. Fifty-two times 22. Correct, correct, correct. That's amazing. All right. So thank you for all the answers. Now let's move on to general math questions. So tomorrow we'll continue with mental maths. By 6 p.m., make sure you don't miss the class. Now, general math questions. Now let's solve this first one. Let us expand this expression. Okay, we are going to expand this expression. Expand x plus 8 in brackets, close brackets, open another bracket, x plus 5. So this is very simple, and if you are in any class, you should be able to answer this question. Now, when you see brackets beside another expression, it means you should multiply. So for you to be able to do this, we are going to open the brackets by using all the terms in the first bracket to multiply all the terms in the second bracket. So we are going to pick the first term, which is x. Okay, we are going to pick x first. So that will be x into brackets what we have in the second bracket. So that is x times x plus 5. Then we pick plus 8. Okay, the next one is plus 8 to multiply everything in the second bracket, x plus 5 again. So now let us open the bracket. X times x will give us x raised to power 2. Then x times plus 5 will give us plus 5x. X times x means x raised to power 2. Then x times 5 is equal to 5x. Now let's move to the next one. This is plus 8. Plus 8 times plus, that will give us plus 8x. Okay? Then plus 8 times plus 5. Plus times plus will give us plus. 8 times 5 will give us 40. So now we can go further by adding up. Okay, x squared is a term, okay, and it is different from all other terms in this expression. So the only like terms in this expression are 5x and 8x. So we can add 5x and 8x together because we have plus 5x plus 8x, that will give us plus 13x. Then we have plus 40. So at this point, we have unlike terms. We have unlike terms. All these terms are different. X squared is different from x, okay, and it is different from 40. So x squared, 13x, 40 are all different. So we call them unlike terms. So let's see another example. So this question says, find the product of 5 and the difference between 15 and 7. This is word problem. Okay, this is word problem. So at this point, you need to read the question again. Find the product of 5. Product means multiplication. 5 and that's 5 times the difference between 15 and 7. Difference means subtraction. So we have to subtract 15. We have to subtract 7 from 15. So you open another bracket and say 15 minus 7. So this is what the word is saying. This statement, we have been able to change it to a mathematical statement. Find the product of 5 and the difference between 15 and 7. So that will be equal to 5 times 15 minus 7 is 8. So 5 times 8 is equal to 40. So the answer is 40. So now let's see another question. So I have a question here which says factorize. Factorize 2d squared factorize 2d raised to power 3 plus d squared into brackets 3d minus 1. So when it comes to factorization, what do we mean by factorization? Factorization means finding the common factors and dividing by the common factors. Okay, it means to find the common factors and to divide by the highest common factor. Now look at this expression. Let's look for the highest common factor. 2d raised to power 3 plus d squared into bracket 3d minus 1. Okay, 2d raised to power 3 plus, so the sign plus is separating the terms in the expression. So 2d raised to power 3 is one term, d squared into bracket 3d minus 1 is another term. So what is common between 2d raised to power 3 and d squared into bracket 3d minus 1? If you look at it very well, you see that d raised to power 2 is common. Okay, d raised to power 2. You can find d raised to power 2 under 2d raised to power 3. And you can also find d raised to power 2 under, you can also find that under d squared into bracket 3d minus 1. So now let's divide. So I would say 2d raised to power 3 divided by the highest common factor, d squared plus d squared into bracket 3d minus 1 all over d raised to power 2. That's the highest common factor. So now let us reduce to the lowest term. Let's reduce to the lowest term. So now d squared will cancel only d squared. We'll be left with only single d. You know, d raised to power 3 means d times d times d over d squared means d times d. So when d cancels d, you'll be left with single d. So that's why we'll be having only one d here. So d squared here would also cancel d squared. So that will be equal to 2d plus, here you'll be left with 1. So you say 1 into bracket 3d minus 1. So let me write that down. 1 into bracket 3d minus 1. So now let's expand. 2d plus 1 times 3d will give us plus 3d. 1 times 3 is 3. Then plus times minus is minus. 1 times 1 is 1. That will be equal to 2d plus 3d will be equal to 5d. Then we have minus 1. So our answer is 5d minus 1. Answer is 5d minus 1. So you will need to attend this class again so you can gain mastery, all right? So you can understand better. So that's under factorization. Let us attend to one more question before the class ends. Let's also factorize 5c squared minus 45d squared, okay? 5c squared, we are to factorize. So if you don't understand the first one, you will understand the second one. 5c squared minus 45d squared minus 45d squared. Now look at this expression. Minus is separating the first term from the second term, okay? Now what is common between 5c squared and 45d squared? What is common? You would see that c is not common, d is not common, but 5 can divide both 5 and 45d. So we are going to say our highest common factor is equal to 5. So therefore we'll have 5c squared divided by 5 minus 45d squared divided by 5. So 5 into 5 is 1. Then 5 into 45, that is 9. So which means our answer will be, some of you may want to write 1c squared, but we all know that the coefficient of any term standing alone is 1. So you don't need to write 1. So just write c squared minus 9d squared. So this does not have a common factor. So this is our final answer. So if you know today, our math class today has been impacting to you, please type the number 3 in the comment section. Thank you all for attending our class.